And hello, Mr. Jermaine.
What
a
are we doing?
big, a big congrats on the map of Tiny Perfect Things. It's a sweet and smart coming of age movie masquerading as a fun sci-fi time loop fantasy, and I'm here for it.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Glad
You're,
you checked it out.
you're so welcome. Now, first things first. When you first saw the script by Lev Grossman, what did you think?
One, I thought it was a great story, because I was already a big fan of Groundhog's Day before this, so I was like, oh, it's gonna be another time loop movie. But after reading, I was like, oh shoot, like this is actually a pretty cool take on this whole aspect of just being in a time anomaly, and I just loved how grounded and still very like it is a very cute movie, but like he still talks about things that like are very important, if, like with relationships and just appreciation of life as it is and just wanting to progress, So I really did enjoy that when I first read it.
Oh, no, let's talk about your character, Henry. I mean, he provides the funny, I think. A gamer who's also sort of the voice of reason, right? Is that how you'll describe him?
Yeah, for sure. He for sure, even though he's completely not aware that he's in a time loop, he still makes sense in everything that Mark brings to him. So
Yeah. Now, at the heart of the film is time, both literally and metaphorically. Did you get into the whole sci-fi temporal anomaly thing before or make while making the movie?
um I remember we discussed it a couple of times, or like we would have different theories and stuff, but I fully didn't even like really feel like I was, aside from playing the game and just like having my own time too, of like I'll have like times of isolation for myself where like I'll be in my room and I'll be going over my stuff, or even when I'm hanging out with Catherine and Kyle, like we'll have our own little stuff. But I felt it for sure more after we finished, because after we finished, that's when the whole pandemic and shutdown happened. So like I really was like, dude, like now I'm like really living the same day over and over again. Like this.
You know what? There's a lot of pop culture references here. You mentioned Groundhog Day. I mean, there's Doctor Who, Time
Right.
Bandits. Did you see those films and series to get into the character at all, or?
I watched Groundhog's Day. I remember seeing Doctor Who. I know I have a couple of friends that are really into that show even before I got this film. So I already kind of knew, and then there was also those other shows that were around at the time too that we didn't get to mention in the movie. But like I even looked at those, and I was like, oh, okay, well they tried this too. So like it's kind of interesting how they all go about differently, like about being stuck in time and how they all handle it.
Right, you're right. I was just telling everybody this is a perfect companion to Palm Springs, the movie.
Mhm.
This one is also, you're right, it's very different though. I mean, this one is kind of has like some sci-fi mumbo jumbo that actually makes sense.
Right.
Right. How was it shooting? I love both Catherine and Kyle in the film. How was it shooting with them?
Oh, they were great, man. They were wonderful. Even just rehearsing with them is just great. Like it's amazing already having a good script, but having other great actors in it too to have that as far as like production goes. It's wonderful. Even just us like hanging out together and us building our own relationships together, it makes it so much more real and truthful for us even when we're performing, because we know like how we feel and like how those characters feels towards another character.
Yeah.
And it was just wonderful. And it's crazy because I was, even before I got this movie, I was literally talking about Catherine before I booked the movie. I was like, dude, like I just seen her in the Society and she's amazing. And then I got the audition. I was like, oh wait, oh she's in this movie. That's crazy. Then I booked. I was like, oh, now I'm in the movie with you. That's crazy. Like
You
talking
know
about
what,
her literally before that.
Mr. Germain, before we run out of time, really quick, if you have to be stuck in a certain era, which era would it be and why?
Ooh, the '80s for
The
sure.
80s. And
The
why is
80s.
that?
They have music videos were popping. First came out, the shoes were amazing, the clothes outstanding, and I don't know, just they just had the best movies too. The '80s for sure. Yeah,
Great choice, Mr. Germain. Congrats again on the film. I'm your
thank you.
cosmic nanny signing off.